as shown on my screen.
And Ms. Werner, in the text, you told Ms. List that you didn't even know if you wanted to teach anymore, but you didn't want to waste all the money that you had spent going to school. Is that correct?
Yes, I said that.
And you said that you would love to go to cosmetology school.
Yeah.
You went to cosmetology school, correct? About a year after the events that bring us here today.
Yes.
Mr. Coleman, can you please show the witness only and counsel Defense Exhibit 127? Page 3. Ms. Werner, are these your records from Empire Beauty School?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I move to admit and publish to the jury?
Are you just doing one page or both pages?
I think it's going to be several pages of that document.
Okay, so it's one document.
Yes, sir.
All right, any objection to the entire document?
Your Honor, it has her address on it.
Okay.
We can redact that before
Yeah,
it's
we can
submitted to the court.
redact the email, address, and phone number, please.
Ms. Werner, I want to focus your attention to page 4. In the personal background section. Can we publish to the jury, Your Honor?
Right, that mirror.
Your Honor, again, I don't understand the relevancy of all of this, but I don't think it hurts either.
All right, your responses to relevance.
Ms. Werner has told the jury that she can't use her hand, and she's become a cosmetologist. Clearly, this is relevant.
Okay, I'll allow it. Overruled.
Ms. Werner, I'm looking at the personal background section. Question 4. Ms. Werner, in that question you were asked, is there anything that might prevent you from achieving your dream of starting or completing school, meaning cosmetology school, correct?
Yes.
And your response was part-time job at gym.
Yes.
Mr. Coleman, can we move to pages 20 to 22 of the same records? Focus on page 21, and that is physical requirements of the industry. May we publish the heading physical requirement of the industry to the jury?
Any specific objection to that, besides your continuing to relevance?
Judge, I would object to this based on hearsay in the document.
All right, you have a response to that?
It's not offered for the truth of the matter asserted. She certified that she had no issues with these.
And
and what these
she's
require.
identified the document itself, so I think she's familiar with it. I'm gonna overrule the objection.
Ms. Werner,
If you read, I guess you need to, I will say, you need to lay a little bit more foundation as to this page. She wrote the other pages. This is not her writing, so.
we can jump ahead and then come back. Let's go to page 22, and I think that will take care of the issue.
All right.
Mr. Coleman, can you go to page 22? Ms. Werner, do you see page 22 with your signature on it? Is that your signature?
Yes.
Can we publish that to the jury?
All right, I'll overrule it that that is her signature, and she signed that she understood the agreement. All right.
Go ahead and pull up the signature. Okay. Jury's looking at it now. Ms. Werner, that's your signature on this document, correct?
Yes.
And if you go back to the prior page, it discusses the physical requirements of the industry. On page 21, we'll go back to that.
Yes.
When you signed the document, you acknowledged the physical requirements of the industry of cosmetology. Is that correct?
Yes.
And let's go through them. The first one is arm-hand steadiness, the ability to keep your hand and arm steady while moving your arm or while holding your arm and hand in one position. You not acknowledge that you were able to do that, correct?
Yes, I signed the document.
Second one is manual dexterity, the ability to quickly move your hand together with your arm or your hand to grasp, manipulate, or assemble objects. You signed that as well, correct?
Yes.
Finger dexterity, the ability to make precisely coordinated movements of the fingers of one or both hands to grasp, manipulate, or assemble very small objects. You acknowledge that as well.
Yes.
Trunk strength, the ability to use your abdominal and lower back muscles to support part of the body repeatedly or consciously over time without giving out or fatiguing. You acknowledge that requirement, correct?
Yes.
Multi-limb coordination, the ability to coordinate two or more limbs, for example, 2 arms, 2 legs, or 1 leg and 1 arm, while sitting, standing, or lying down. It does not involve performing the activities while the whole body is in motion. You acknowledge that requirement, correct?
Yes.
You completed the Empire School Cosmetology program, correct?
Yes.
And to become licensed, you successfully completed the 1,500-hour education requirement.
Yes.
And you passed all practical examinations prior to earning your license in July 2025. Is that right?
Yes.
And to do this, you had to complete subject matter instruction at the school,
Yes.
and you also had to complete practical performance examinations.
Yes.
This involved hairstyling, hair cutting, and hair coloring.
Yes.
And in fact, you were quite good at school, weren't you, Ms. Werner?
Was I good at school?
You had a 97.4 GPA.
On my tests? Yes.
And you have provided photographs of your work as a cosmetologist to salons. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Coleman, can you please pull up Defense Exhibit 112, page 6? Do you recognize this document, Ms. Werner? Move to admit and publish to the jury.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right.
I think there's several pages if you want to take your time going through them.
I see these 3.
We can, Mr. Coleman can move to the next pages so that you can look at them all and the jury can see them. It's page 7.
No faces in any of them, correct?
I don't believe
No
so.
faces, Your Honor.
Okay.
they have different stamps.
I was just gonna get to that, yeah, pages 6, 7, we're now at 8.
Yeah, and
All right.
we don't have an objection to them, but for the record's purpose, we were shown 6, and now we're looking at 7 and 8, and I just
Correct.
wanna make sure it's clear.
Yeah.
It's all exhibit 112, pages 6, 7, and 8.
That's how they'll be referred to. I guess we don't need to black out those faces, right?
Ms. Werner, have you had a chance to review all of these? And is this a composite of your abilities and work as a cosmetologist? Is that right? And no doctor's ever told you that you cannot work as a cosmetologist?
Correct. I will say, flipping through the photos, can we go back to the first one, please?
Sure. Page 6.
Yes. All of these 3 right here, I did have assistance pretty much throughout with an educator. An educator or at least one classmate.
Understood. But you've put these photographs out to salons in order
One
to
salon.
get one
Yes.
salon in order to get a job.
Yes, one job that I applied for.
Ms. Werner, we heard Dr. Watson testify that the use of recreational substances would change his findings. Do you recall that?
Objection, Your Honor, misstates the testimony.
Can you re-ask ask the question again for me?
Ms. Werner, you heard Dr. Watson discuss whether you had reported a history of using substances. Is that correct?
Objection, that was also not part of the testimony, Your Honor.
Yeah, I don't recall that either, so I'm gonna sustain it on misrepresenting the testimony unless you can prove otherwise.
Ms. Werner, you heard Dr. Watson say that part of his evaluation was to determine whether someone had any experience in their life before what we call the incident event. Is that right?
Could you say that one more time?
Do you recall Dr. Watson, you were sitting here for his testimony, say, when considering someone's history, part of his evaluation was to try and determine whether somebody has had any experience in their life before what we call the incident event. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And do you recall him saying that whether or not that individual has other factors that may be influencing their behavior and their symptoms, for example, is that person using substances? And you reported to Dr. Watson
Your
that...
Honor, it's an incomplete statement of the transcript. It talked about addictive use of substances.
What are you reading from?
The transcript of Dr. Watson.
Okay, I just wanted, obviously I can't see what you're looking at. Did you read it exactly as it's
Yes,
stated?
for example, is that person using substances an addiction? Are those addictions actually more likely to be responsible for the symptoms?
Right, so your question is, did you hear him say that? Overruled any of that, withdraw the objection at that
Now
point.
that it's been read in full, yes,
All right,
Your
very
Honor.
good.
And Ms. Werner, when you reported to Dr. Watson, whether you were using substances prior to the event, you didn't report truthfully to that, did you?
No.
I don't have any further questions, Your Honor.
All right, how long do you plan for redirect?
Short, 10 minutes, Your Honor, 15 minutes. Hopefully that's not lawyer time.
Right.
So Abby, just a couple more questions. I know you've been sitting there for a little bit. First, tell the jurors, are you proud of your work as a cosmetologist thus far, getting that certification?
I am.
How hard was that for you to do?
Really hard. I had a lot of pain. I had a lot of help. But I did it. I did it.
And is that something that's brought you joy in the past, hair and makeup? You've seen your previous text messages. Is that something you enjoyed as a hobby prior to
Yes.
teaching?
Hair, makeup, yes.
Did you ever think you were really going to give up teaching to be a cosmetologist?
No, that's figure of speech. I joked about stripping.
Were you really going to do that?
No.
And tell the jurors, you're not able to get a job right now as a cosmetologist because of your hand, correct?
Yes, my previous surgery this April, it's still healing. I was wearing a brace until earlier this month, and was just recently being able to take it off earlier this month. So it's still a little bit more, I guess, raw, if you will, still getting warmed up to move again.
And when you were getting certified, did everything take you much longer than everybody else to do the hair? Without help, if you didn't have the help.
I wasn't fast at hair. I remember that. I felt like I took a very slow time completing tasks, completing people's hair.
And after you've done that, how is your right hand, the hand that was not shot?
The past multiple months, I've noticed pain in this area, overuse, and now my wrist as well.
And is that from overuse of your right hand?
That's what I have been told.
And tell the jury, when you got that part-time job at the gym, why did you get that job?
I remember, when I think about that, it just makes me remember I just wanted to feel like a person again. It was a familiar place, the gym my sister and I were a part of. We went to almost every day, not all the time.
Before the shooting?
Yes, before January 6th. So very comfortable with the place, very comfortable with the people there, the workers there. And it came to my attention that they needed an extra person at the front desk just for a little bit of time, early in the mornings.
At that time, were you having a hard time getting out of bed?
Yes, but it was something like I just felt like I needed to be pushed to do that. I had to start feeling like a person again. Try to.
Thank you, Abby. That's all the questions I have.
All right.
Just one follow-up.
Ms. Zwerner, you talked about being able to go to burn boot camp before January 6th, but not after. Mr. Coleman, can you please show?
Your Honor, that wasn't her testimony.
Well,
I'm going to ask you to rephrase that.
Ms. Werner, you were going to burn boot camp 4 times a week in August 2023. Is that correct?
to work or to work out?
To work out.
I don't know off the top of my head how often it was.
Mr. Coleman, can you please pull up Exhibit 122 P1 so that the witness can familiarize herself with the record? Just publish it to her and counsel.
Which part am I looking at?
Looking at the record to see if you can identify this record.
Yes, it's from my family practitioner.
Okay. And what is the date of the record?
August 2023.
Mr. Coleman, can you go to page 2 of the record under the heading Depression?
And Your Honor, I am going to object to this document coming in based on hearsay or authentication.
Yes,
if
she
tries
hasn't
to
moved
do
it
that.
in yet, right.
But
She's,
certainly
I think she's
refresh
just,
her memory.
at this point, you're just asking her whether or not she did or did not say this, correct?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right.
I have no intention of moving this into evidence.
Very well.
Just want to ask Ms. Werner about it. Ms. Warner, do you see the heading depression?
Yes.
And it says 8/5, is that August 5?
Yes.
Went back to gym with sister 4 times a week mostly.
4 times a week, mostly. Yes.
Mostly, by August.
At most, 4 times a week.
No further questions?